Good Monday, everybody. Hi, how you guys doing? As usual, how was your weekend? Welcome to another Monday live stream. Should I call it Monday live stream or just wing live stream? I don't know. I'm still debating with the title. Anyhow, welcome. Good to see you all. Okay, this thing. I don't really have any news, but I faced a bug, and before I report it, I would like to have other user information. Actually, two bugs. I had a one-on-one lesson with Sean, who just read in the chat. And Sean, actually, I want to talk about your bug that you had. I want to know: is anybody out there using FL Studio that has interface bug? I want to make sure that it's not only Sean here who has that problem. And also, are you using a M1 Mac? It could be a M1 laptop, could be an M1 Mac Mini. Let me know in the comment here if you use that. Do you have any distortion, audible distortion coming from the USB? Because Sean here had these two problems, and I want to know if it's just his machine, his setup, or if it's generalized with M1 user and FL Studio user. So please, if you got those issues, let me know. I will send a report to whoever. Otherwise, good to get my hand back on a console. I did a lot of X32 in the past few weeks, and I'm missing my wing. Honestly, now I can. Actually, I should do a video about that. If it's a good idea to do the change in and out with X32 and wing, and I can tell you so far I'm missing my wing a lot. Now, if you excuse me. As usual, I have streaming problem. What is it? Okay. It's not gonna change much for you, but to me, I just need to play around in my settings. It's never working. Why am I bothering to do these live streams? It's always a problem. Can I do this? Hold on, guys. Should be fixed. There you go. So, what do you guys want to talk about this week? Last week we talked about a lot of subjects. Some stuff that I didn't think we should even talk about on this channel. Not that it's bad, but I mean, house real estate is not really where it's not really the focus of the channel. So, guys, what do you want to talk about? The channel is yours to ask your question, ask your idea. I want to know if you have any idea, any good idea for the wing that you want to see in the future. We can discuss about that. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you mine. I'm debating if I should suggest a plugin for the wing. I'm probably gonna end up actually giving away two things. I want to give suggestions to Behringer. Hold on. Before we go, are you? Good afternoon. Rock through the top tempo setup, maybe. That's coming. Is that Rodney? Right, because okay, tap tempo thing. Just to give you guys in context, I had a talk with my friend Rodney, who I helped a couple times before with his console. He asked me about the tap tempo. I can do a quick version here, but eventually I want to do a full video on tap tempo. But okay, I'm just gonna fix my stream because for some strange reason I'm getting a message that I'm sending out poor quality stream. If you guys just let me fix that quickly, we're gonna move on to something else after that. But I just want to make sure that Google is happy with what I sent to him. Hey, Chris, how are you, man? Okay, I'm just gonna apply that. Sorry, I'm playing around with OBS. I know it's the professional thing to do on a live stream, but I need to fix that. Are you guys? Let me know. Is the stream okay for you guys? Is it choppy? Is it bad quality? Just let me know. If it's fine. Bonjour, Adam. Let me know. If it's fine, I'm just gonna leave it like that and we'll go on. Works good here? Okay. We're not gonna bother with that then. It's all good. It's all good. Okay. Great. So the first question that we had is about the tap tempo. There is two. Hold on. I need to get my mouse because today for some reason, and also this is a bug that I need to report. My custom control don't respond or don't send me the information from time to time. Could be a software in OBS problem, or it could be on the console, but I have to use my trackpad to switch my camera instead of using the console. But if I got the console here, I can actually show you guys what I was talking about for tap tempo. Okay, if you don't know, tap tempo can be accessed in two places on the console. First one, the most obvious one, is when you go into a effect. You select a rack, a unit that has tap tempo, and you cannot see it because of my camera, but the unnamed button on the left will start to flash. You can probably see my... Nope, you cannot. Absolutely not see it. Sorry. But believe me, it's there in the bottom right of the screen. You have that, and if I tap it, you can see the control changing on the screen. This is the most obvious one. This is probably the one that you will not use because the process to get there is really long to get there during a show, because I'm honestly tapping my tempo all the time on song when I'm using delay. I just want to make sure it's tight, so I just keep on pressing it. So the other place that you can get a tap tempo is in the custom control, the one that I'm complaining that don't work. To do so, you need to press, can I get my camera here? You need to go in that section here. You need to press the view, and on the console, you will have that menu that is popping up. If I go to, that camera, you will have that menu that is popping up. On this menu, this is where you will assign your command that you can have access from the custom control. In those commands, you can have access to tap tempo. So I'm going to take an unused one. So I'm going to take the bottom here. This is usually the one that I use. So it's like on the far side. I'm not going to hit anything else on the console. And I'm going to go in my function, and I'm going to find out the effect rack function. FX parameter, FX bar. And my stereo delay is in effect processor 4. And if I click here, and if I click time, I now have on the console itself a tap tempo. You don't have to press any information, anything to apply that. It's just if you select the parameter, it's applied. If we go in the effect rack and I go my effect rack 4, if I tap my tempo on the console here, it's changing. You can see in the bottom here, I have my tap is changing. If I go really fast or if I go really slow, I think it's up to 2 second, 3 second, the maximum, 3 second, the maximum delay. So if you press 1, 2, 3, you can get 2.5 second of delay, which is a lot. Probably something that you don't want to use, but there we go. So I hope I covered that for you. I hope I covered that for you, Rodney, and thank you for being a viewer of the channel. I appreciate that. I need to catch up with the chat, guys. If my damn trackpad can't follow. Wire, guys. Wires. I know wireless is a good technology, but we're not there yet. It's not working all the time. So, now that I have a wire, my trackpad is not choppy. I can go up in the chat and read you guys. Question from Front Cover Band. I'd like for you to talk about a question that I asked you about the sub being connected. I got a couple answer, but because I have no idea how mattresses work, I need it. Okay, sorry, I just got up what your question was about the sub. Okay, to get a easy setup for subwoofer, I think let me recall that. You wanted to have sub on or off depending on the setup that you want to have sub on or off to listen into studio setup. And the easiest way that I said you could send signal to sub was to use a matrix. Okay, I'm gonna show you how to do that. I'm selecting my master here. This is my main out. I got a limiter on, but don't mind that. We're gonna go in the bus send or the matrix send in the bottom right. This is where you will have all your send for all your bus. If you are on a channel, if you are on a main out, you can send out to matrix. And here is where we're gonna send signal into matrix 1. I'm gonna put it post fader, so I'm not gonna light up the pre. I want it to be post fader. So if I'm playing around with my volume, it will follow. So if I play around with the main fader, it will follow. Make sure in your central section that you have your matrices on the right here. Can you see that? I got in the central section, I have my main matrices knob. Press that. This is my main one. It's just follow both. Put that to 0, and I'm gonna raise my matrix 1. I will then assign that matrix out to a physical output. So that will happen in the patch. If you go not main matrix 1 will go in, sorry, wrong page again. Here, matrix output, you will take probably your local out. My local out 1 in my case is matrix 1. I could put matrix 1 left and right if I add 2 things that I need to feed. Just send your matrix there and you will send signal to your sub. But if you want to, you can have a system crossover there, which will make it, which will cut the, you can have a speaker manager there, which will make the signal going into the sub more of what the sub will need to reproduce. So you will have a EQ curve to send into that sub. Let me show you. We're gonna take in empty effect here in the rack. Gonna move to there. Empty effect in the rack. Grab this speaker manager. and we will if we click on the matrix, select home. In the effect rack here, we want to select speaker manager, turn it on. In filter, we want to have a crossover cut. Maybe 6 dB Butterworth is not a lot. I will go 12. And on the low pass, we will bring it down to around 100, 120. Most subwoofer spec request them to be cut between 90 hertz and 120. Start with 120, bring it down until you feel it sounds good. It responds the way that you want it to. Just do that and you will feed your subwoofer with only low frequencies. I hope that answered your question, but this is the process that you need to do to feed your subwoofer. If I go down, Blue Dog International. Sorry, I'm gonna catch up with the chat, guys. Hold on. I want to mix on 2 pair of near field monitor. Oh, I just did that. Adding the set seemed clear using output 7 and 8. Adding the second set doesn't seem so clear. If you want to use monitor control, what do you suggest? This is really interesting question. I did exactly the same setup for Sean that I was talking in the beginning of the video. I will show you what I did. Sorry, I'm catching up with the chat. I go up and down. Try to talk and read at the same time. It's so hard. Okay. First thing that I'm going to do is go into the monitor section. We're going to go on top here. Top left of the corner, press view. It will pop up this menu here. You basically want to set up 2 monitor. Instead of using the headphone and monitor, we're going to use 2 set of speaker. So you will have volume control of your listening sources from the phone and the monitor level. So A will be the phone, B will be monitor. We're going to actually set it up that way. Monitor A, both will have the same settings here, but you want to set up here, A and B. Sorry, A and B. And the magic will happen in the routing menu. You said, hold on. I need to go back. You were using output 7 and 8. Make sure to know the difference between output 7 and 8, XLR and quarter inch. What I would suggest you to do is exactly what I did for Sean. We use the XLR out because we're using the headphone out of the console for headphone with a different mix and for his performer. So we one step at a time. How to deal with the box into 7 and 8. We're gonna come here and said monitor. Just make sure that I'm on the right page. Monitor 7 and 8 will be your first pair. So for his case, and what I suggest you to do is patching 7, 8, monitor 1 left and right, monitor 2 left and right, and 5 and 6. That way you will have 2 set of monitor that will have control with the volume here, the phone level, and the monitor level. And if you want to use your headphone with one of these monitor set, you can buy here an aux out, not XLR out, change or not what you have going into the headphones 7 and 8. For Sean, what we did is we patched a bus there. We patched bus 1 left and right. So that way you totally bypass the 2 knobs that you have there. And whatever you will send into bus 1 will go straight out to the headphone, or you can have also your one of your monitoring there, but you can have the three totally independent one from another. What you send into the headphone amplifier of the console, physical output 7 and 8, quarter inch 7 and 8 in the back, or just just use the XLR for your two main. It will be the same result. So I hope it was. Sorry, I feel like I struggled to give you your answer. I hope I was clear enough that you understand. Sorry, guys. I feel rushed today because the chat is going fast, and I'll be honest. I'm not used to that. So, just want to catch up with you. Please don't stop to write in the chat, but I just want to make sure that I've read everybody. So I hope Blue Dog it was enough for you. You can see it in the top view. From Wizai, does tempo change the tempo in Pro Tool when using in the DAW mode? I would not know. I never used Pro Tool with that console, really. Actually, I've downloaded Pro Tool to help a client once, somebody who hired me for a private session. But otherwise, I never really used Pro Tool. Lord T, you're back in the solar frame rate. Thank you, Rob. I'm having a hard time. I don't know. I'm gonna try to change a couple stuff again in the setting because I see it being really hard for you guys. I see. Oh man. Okay. Let's try something else. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time. I did broadcast actually 4 times this week to people in session. I did a lot of session this week, and it was fine. It was perfect, except for one time, and since then, it's bucky AF. It doesn't want to stream correctly, and before I had no problem. So, I'm struggling if I'm buying a new computer or not. But before, I had no problem with sound, so please tell me that the sound is fine. I'm sorry if the image is choppy a little bit, but if you guys can hear me fine, I think we're gonna keep going. Rob tried to answer that question about the monitoring. Good. Don't forget the speaker processor. Yes, I did. Hi, Herman. Good to see you. From Rolf, can I get access to a second? Can I get access to a second wing? I wonder if I could use stage connector. That's a really good question, and I hope somebody in the chat answered that. But I don't think you can. Let me know. It probably. Oh no, I don't want to give out name. Probably somebody in the chat had experience with Stage Connect stuff. So let me know if that is an option or not. I'm having a hard time today, guys. Please bear with me. Sorry, reading the chat. Oh yes, choppy as hell for you guys. I'm really sorry. I'll do my best to fix that. Not now. I don't think it's working to do now. What do we have? Okay, from front cover band. Basically, I'm in a studio environment. I don't want to run a crossover necessarily due to me wanting to always listen in independent monitors. The sub will always be optional as needed. So this is why I only set the crossover on the sub. You want to make sure that you're not going to boost any IN information or anything over, let's say, 90, because your sub is just, is just ear candy that you can crank the low end. If you find the right frequencies for the crossover, it will just boost up whatever you have in there. Also, make sure to time align it if you can, if you have the knowledge to do that, time align it. And otherwise, you just use your matrix as a sub on off to give you the extra kick, but it should not interfere with what you have in your monitor, or actually find the frequencies that your monitor are starting to struggle to give you and put the crossover at that frequency. That way, when you got to raise up the matrix, you're just gonna bring that back up. It will give you a good idea of what you have going in the low end of your mix. And if you make the sub really loud, it will impress your client. I hope I did cover that, Rob. Okay. I'm almost catching up, guys. Thanks for showing me what you just did. Thank you. Okay, Hadaman, crazy question. Can you connect Bluetooth headphone to the wing? Yes, but Bluetooth equal latency, which is probably not something that you want. But the wing doesn't have any Bluetooth. You would need to have a Bluetooth dongle. Luminox, hey, how are you? The camper upgrade did fine. Actually, my camper is ready. All I need to do now is to get the suspension ready, and I'm leaving for Florida in a couple weeks. Can't wait. Sound is good. Sound is good. Try Bluetooth. Okay. Yeah, like Rolf said, audible delay. No stage connects. Stage connect is master slave protocol, and the wing is fixed master. Okay, so actually, stage connect. There. Correct me if I'm wrong. Dream Hamster production, but there is absolutely no device as we speak that is available for stage connect. The frame rate in the video just improved. Okay, yeah, I'm working on my stuff, but it's definitely not. It's definitely not perfect. Or to show him how to assign fader to a monitor / solo bus. Okay, hold on. Hold on, I'm getting a brain fart right now. Can I? How can I do that? Because I know I can control monitor A with the phone out, B with the monitor level. I know that. But with a fader, is it when you... Hold on. Fader 39 can be used as... Oh, I did that before. No, it's not in the talkback. Is it in setting that you can have? No, that's the setting. Open up the talkback setting. Okay, I didn't know that. I'm getting a brain fart right now. Dream Hamster production. There is no stage device currently available in the public market. Okay, I would. Okay, good to know. Thank you. Chris, you're gonna stop in New York. Probably not on the way down. Maybe on the way back. Because I just want to get really, really fast out of the cold so that I can put water back in my RV. So I'm probably gonna leave in December and just go as fast as I can, or not really fast, because let's face it, my RV is not going really fast. But I'm gonna try to go really far south in the first few days so we can have running water. You assign the DCA and name accordingly. Oh yeah, in the DCA. Hold on, I would need to check that. I remember how to do that. You take a DCA. Seriously, this is way too complex, I think, for the need that we have. Um, Rob, I think, yes, it's cool, but I think for the double monitor, oh wow. Sorry, guys, it's just my YouTube feed's going crazy right now. It's telling me that it's fine, it's not, it's fine, it's not. Sorry. Yeah, for the double monitor situation, I think just having two knobs on the top is the easiest way because they are already assigned to a volume. So that should, I think it will do the trick for now. Um, yeah, the keyword is public market. Yeah, let's just say that I think somebody in here have access to information or gear or own a console that nobody else does, and or actually a version of the wing that not a lot of people do. So draw your conclusion from there. Okay, what else? What else we got? Actually, I need to ask you guys if you are here and you are watching this live stream in a real time, please. Oh, I can use my mic to hide that light. There you go. It's gonna feel better for you. Please give this video a like. There's only 3 like and 14 of you guys. Please give this video a like. I would really appreciate it. And come on, guys. I'm pretty sure that you have a question or you can come up with a question that will be interesting for the public, for our friend out here. We already helped 2 people so far. My fun in life is to help people. I'm having a good time helping you guys. There we go, 10 likes. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. Send me out some question. Come on, feed the oven. You guys can start me up on something, and I can I can get pumped and talk about a subject. I'm pretty sure you guys have some stuff like that. We had a really good start that I cannot read the chat, so please go on and keep that vibe, because I'll be honest, the more interaction I get on the page, so that mean like on the video, that mean chat going fast, the better YouTube think my channel is. Not that the content is any better, but it's gonna push it a little more. And I wish to get enough of attraction today that I can get to 1,000 subs this year. This is my goal. This is my year goal. Okay. We're all wearing pro already, all thanks to me. No, come on, Edman. No. You know, I'm not. I'm just helping you guys out a little bit. Ooh. Sorry. Okay. Let's just for fun. I'm gonna show you guys my console. Can you see that? I don't have anything running into the board. I really wonder what's going on. There's like a really low end rumble. I want to know what the source of that. If I go into meter, channel 1. Okay, hold on. How? Okay, really funny. Matrix 1 was assigned as the source of my channel. Why can you even do that? Why? Why would you want to assign a matrix to a channel? I'm gonna go back to like Okay, this is how what we saw right there was internal digital feedback. This is weird. From Wise Eyes. Any experience using with Dante? Is the model out? Is the module out yet? The module is out for the external card. The internal upgrade are not available yet, as far as I know. I didn't really venture into Dante so far because I've been honest about it on the channel before. I bought a Dante card and it's simply not working. Actually, I still have it in there. If I go in general, if I go in general and show you the expansion card, you can see that the internal module says it's a Dente card, but I cannot get it to work. I cannot upgrade it. It's simply not working, and I got no support from Dente on that. No, not that they didn't try. Actually, they did. Um, they did try to help me, but they do not support the fact that a user upgrade his console. This is not recommended either by the manufacturer or Dante. So they went out of their way to try to help me. It's my case is really particular. It doesn't seems to work. My card may be bad. Some people said that my card was bad. Some people don't. So I'm honestly gonna have a card for sale on eBay soon. If you guys wanna try it out, I didn't figure out how to do it, but if you know Dente way better than I do, and you have tools to update the card and stuff like that, and you want to score a cheap card, probably a good deal for you. I noticed on your console files on your gay. Hold on, Chris. I noticed on your console files on your gig. Did you did the Moo Moo Country band? When going to when going to a Nox subfeed? What's your preference? You always prefers the feed technique? No, and no, I'm never doing subs on Ox. I'm asking my system tech, um, especially when I did the Five Roses gig. When I did the vlog, I don't know if it ended up in the cut or not, but at the beginning of the show, I had a conversation with my PA tech, my house guy, the one who was there to take care only of the PA. I asked him about the sub because he has a crossover, the physical crossover in Reach, and the guy was playing with the volume of all the components. So I did my sound check one way. I asked him if I could get 3 more dB of sub for the show. I basically thought I would need it with people around me. I asked him, "Can you give me 3 more dB of sub during the sound check?" It felt like a lot. At the beginning of the show, we just started the show, run the intro, and after my first bass drop from the intro, a big, I asked him if I was clipping anything. He said no. I thought the volume, the balance in the component of of the P were good, so I just roll with it. And if needed, I would turn down some instrument, or I would EQ some frequencies out in the lower range. But usually, I work with my PA tech. This is how I like to work. What feature would you expect from the wing that would drastically improve your workflow? Drastically, okay. I'll be honest with that. I'm still not happy with the routing menu. I think it's not bad, but I I don't think it's. where it should be, in the sense of I think the whole thing needs to be rebuilt. I I know some people don't agree with me. Fine, but I think the workflow of the routing should be scrapped, and it should be two layer. Like I'm gonna say Pro Two. I'm gonna say that not like the Pro Two, but maybe an approach that is similar to that, where you have input on the left, output on the right, and you just can assign what you want where. But or I suggested before to have only two drop menu, one with all the possible input, one with all the possible output, and you can just select one menu, one, and a real split page. Because it's almost like that. But the fact that you have, a channel page, or actually, I would scrap the channel page and just getting a scroll down menu like we got here, and have one thing here called channel. And on the source side, maybe keep the source menu, but it should be somewhere else, or a different thing, I think. Yeah, this is basically what I would improve. The patch. The patching is not there yet. It's really close. It's not bad. It's working, but I think it could be easier. Um, Eliminax. I said, give me something to talk about. Wing, hold my beer. Yeah. But it took so a long time. If I did a feedback loop, it took a really long time before it get to audible stuff, and I didn't hear it. So, um, oh, some Denticard are stuck somewhere. I just would like to know where, because I would like to buy a real one, or actually got my console upgraded. I would like to get that done. Actually, I have to go to the distributor really soon. I still waiting to figure out the detail, but I want to go uh, visit the showroom for the distributor of a lot of Music Tribe product. I want to take a look at the Midas DHD96. Probably not gonna buy one, because I definitely need to get my stuff together and get a computer that can do video really well. That's gonna cost me a lot of money. If anybody is a computer geek here that know a lot about Xeon stuff from Intel and Hackintosh, I'm really interested to have a conversation with you. Come talk to me in private. I will appreciate that. If not, well, I'm gonna wait for the new Mac Pro to come out, because I believe I saw the leak of the new chip. Everybody's freaking out now about the new M1 Max, and the new Mac Pro that's gonna come. The bigger Mac Pro that's gonna come out will have four time the chip count and the core count of the M1 Max. That's leak. That's stuff that they tried. Is it working? Who knows? Maybe they have a prototype somewhere, but it's not gonna end up on the market. Who knows? So this is what I need to spend my money on, instead of buying a new console, because honestly, with the pandemic and stuff, the wing is not paying itself as fast as I thought it would, because I didn't rent it for the last 2 years. I rented a couple times, but never to cover it up. So, yep. As soon as I got this one paid up, I can probably invest in something else really soon. After that, are we good for today, guys? Did we cover everything? With the I hope the stream is fine for you guys. I'm keep getting error message popping out. It's not my internet stream. It's frame rate. Any video guy out there can help me with frame rate. I just don't get it. It was fine before. I don't know what happened. Anyhow. Uh oh, I think I got it. Hold on. I changed one thing. And oh, it's in my video setting. I cannot do that. Okay. Well. Liminax, the Behringer Wing Denti card is in stock at my primary go-to store. Tolman. Oh, Tolman have some card right now. Hold on, what are you talking about, Rob? So no guitar and bass demo with plugins. What are we talking about? Sorry, missed that one. Trust me, I'm not gonna play on that stream. And honestly, okay, maybe we can talk about that. Anybody here use the Wing plugin to play guitar or bass? Because myself, I used to be an XFX user, switched to a Pod Go because I just don't play anymore with bands. So I don't know. Maybe can the Wing help me replace that? But I cannot bring the Wing at rehearsal. I don't know. To me, the thing is no. Robert, why don't you show the effects rack? Okay. Anything new in the effects rack that I don't know about, Rob? Or Chris, so you prefer not the sub feed? No. Actually no, I prefer to have my PA together as a main left right, but having the option to adjust the level. So it's all happening in the crossover section. If I were to do it on the Wing, I would use Matrix to feed my whole system and play around with the volume, maybe not the 4 main out, or it could be an option, you have 4 main out, one for the horns, one for the mid-range, and one for the sub, or a 4-way if you have a 4-way. We're talking about sound system here. And mad skill, yeah. Nope. Actually, this is another story for after. Let me finish on the sub thing. Sometime before I even EQ a PA, I'd like to adjust the level, because sometime where you get problem is in the crossover point. Let's say when you have a crossover point in the horn or in the mid range between around 2.5K. This is where you will sometimes have a bump because of component tolerance. Even your crossover point, I'm having a hard time explaining it. Okay, I'm gonna grab an EQ. I got a console here to draw my stuff. Why would I bother miming stuff with my hand? I'm just gonna do this. Go on the main, EQ. Sometimes, when you have can I do a high cut on this? No, but I can do it with the shelf. When you have a crossover point, this is not really the way it should look, but we're going to use this as an example. Most of the time, you end up around the crossover point here having something that would look like that because of the crossover point. So when you stack the two together, your mid-range is still producing some of that frequencies, and your higher range driver still start to picking up on these. You will have problem, let's say around 2.5. This is where I like to play around with volume, because sometime if I can just drop the whole thing, I can reduce that peak that is created by the crossover, and sometimes adjust that peak by moving the crossover point a couple hertz on each side. That will bring down the bump instead of looking like this because my crossover point are too close one another. You can just bring them down. It will reduce the amount of energy going into that frequencies with the crossover point, and you don't need to EQ it. You just move the crossover and you fix the problem that the crossover created. Live sound to me is way more about fixing problem and then try to mix what you got left than just you know being creative. Being creative is when everything's going really well. Definitely not happened on my last gig. You guys saw the vlog. Well, not really my last gig, but the one that I filmed because I worked 3 shows this week. Whatever. I cannot film all the time. Need to say that. But yeah, the last gig that I did in a church, let's be honest and say that I was not there mixing, having fun. I was there try to get everything as good as they could be, not being creative, no reverb, maybe a little bit of delay on some stuff, but it was such a struggle just to get my band together in a reverby room like that. I was working against the reverb most of the time, balancing some frequencies out because when the song changed in keys, sometimes some note, well, actually, notes are frequencies. With all the frequency change, sometimes I'm rebalancing because of the key of the song, because the instrument now, everybody's pushing more energy in those frequencies. So I needed to drop the guitar down, raising the vocal, dropping my bass, put more bass because now he's not in the low end frequencies, that rumbling. Yeah. So this is why when I'm doing live sound, I fix more things that I'm having fun. When I'm getting a good PA, like I did with Five Roses, I had the L-Acoustic VDOS 8 box per side, outside, no room to deal with, only really 2 loud side front field to deal with. I just got away with it, and now I could be creative, have more fun. But yeah, this is why I like to have control over everything, and just when I fix thing on one side with the crossover or the processor of the PA, if I have access to it, I would fix that for that room, for that PA, and then try to have fun sending out to a left, right. But my theory here, this is my mindset. If my console sound like a CD, really, really good, every single input sound the way it should, if I send that to a main out, like you would get a record. If I can make my stuff there sound as good as it can, I don't need to play around with my console. I need to fix the PA that reproduce what's going out of my console. This is my mindset. Maybe my approach is wrong, especially this is not working in a really small venue where you have a lot of stage volume to deal with, like Herman is dealing every Sunday. That's a different mindset. But if I have a PA, I can definitely go with my console sound great, fix the PA if it needs to be fixed, because let's face it, most of the time the PA is really flat, really good sounding. So it worked. Honestly, it worked right away when I got good PA most of the time. Hey Guillaume, greeting from Germany. Is there a way to record on the SD card with effect? Yes, it is. You I don't know, it's basically just struggling to keep your head above water. Yeah. Especially in church, above holy water. I don't want to burn. Okay, seriously. SD card with effect. Yes, there is. You want to use the user signal. User signal is what you. Okay, let me explain you what a user signal. I got a video on that if you want to watch that, but I can do it here. We're gonna go into source. No, source, not output. I'm gonna switch my camera so you can see what I'm doing. Source, user signal, and I'm gonna select the first one. This user signal will give you the option to take a channel. So whatever you have going on a channel and send it to your SD card or USB out. So on my user one here, I got my kick. If I'm popping up the menu, you can see all my channel available to be picked up by the user signal or aux, bus, main out, and matrices. I want to keep it simple. I'm just going to use channel. So I'm going to keep my channel 1 being my kick. And now that I set that up for all my user signal, you could go into your output, W Live Rec, which is the SD card. And here, right now, I have a USB in there, but I can choose my user signal. And, oh, it's locked. Okay. Now, something that you have to keep in mind if you are doing this, everything that you got on your channel strip will be sent to your recording. So if you got a gate, if you have a compressor going, it will be all sent to the recording and you cannot undo that. So it's destructive audio in the sense of if you got clipping, if you got too much compression, you cannot get rid of it. This is how you got it on tape. If you want to record the internal processing effect, like the time base, like the reverb and stuff like that, I would suggest you to do the same trick that we did here with user signal, or something else. You can just, I think you can do it that way. You can, let's say, take 2 input, go into your, not the effects, and I would say go in your return and just record what you, it depends on how you set up your effect. If you set up your bus to be sent to the main out, you can probably just record here. Hold on. Can we see that? Do we have bus? Yeah, you can probably just come here and set your bus to be recorded. And that way you will have like on 2 separate output, your reverb will be independent. But honestly, I would not do that. If I were to record a show, a live gig from a band, maybe I could use the user signal to save some time on post-processing, but all the time-based effect, I would judge that into my DAW. I would not, I'm personally not the kind of guy that will remix a recording on the wing. Not that it cannot, it's just that I have way more flexibility and ease of use to do that in the DAW. But that's just me. You can do it if you want to. And if you want your effect, all your processing to be recorded too, you can just pop 2 card and have 32 or 48 input of whatever. Or actually, I must point out, you only have 24 user signal. So you can have 24 user signal, and after that you can patch all your effect return. And if you play that back, it will be exactly an exact reproduction of what you did during the live tracking, but it doesn't give a lot of space to fix things if you did it wrong the first time. So be careful with that. This is what I would say. Yeah, that's about it. So, anything else, guys? Anybody has a question? This is now your time to announce yourself, ask me anything. If not, if nobody else got a question for today, we gonna come back next week. Trust me, I'm gonna be there. Only in probably January, I will take a break because my wing will be home. I will be in Florida, so I will not have access to it. I may have my camera If anybody is down in Florida and wants to do a live stream with me, I can probably pop by one time. We can probably do that in your backyard if it's in Florida. Um, it will be summer there instead of having 4 foot of snow here. But yeah, probably gonna take a break in January, guys. This is what I announce here. No question. Good, everybody. Thank you very much. I will try to do my best to get my stuff together and get my damn frame rate fixed. Maybe get a wrestling. Yeah, no, trust me, you don't want that. I've been in Florida before, and I did the boat tour when you go see gators, and I saw some of them fighting. That thing is mean. Like, no, no. You fight for your life every time that a gator move. Trust me. They're not like pet shop animals. This is not something that you want to have in your house. Thank you, Illuminox. See you guys. Yeah, I will wrap it up. Thank you very much for watching. If you didn't give this video a like, I would appreciate if you give it a like. If you are not yet subscribed to the channel and you make it this far, come on, subscribe to the channel. Till the next one, please take care of yourself, and I will see you Monday with another show where we answer your question about the wing. Take care of yourself. See you guys later.